Ratan Tata success story. Ratan Tata is an Indian industrialist, philanthropist, and a former chairman of Tata Sons. He was also chairman of Tata Group from 1990 to 2012 and again as interim chairman from October 2016 through February 2017 and continues to head its charitable trust. He is the recipient of two of the highest civilian awards of India, the Padma Vibhushan in 2008 and Padma Bhushan 2000. He is well known for his business ethics and philanthropy. Ratan Tata childhood time. Mr. Ratan Tata came into the world on December 28, 1937 in the city of Surat, India. Ratan Tata's father was Mr. Naval Tata and mother was Mrs. Sonu Tata. He has a younger brother named Jimmy and a stepbrother as well named Naval Tata. Due to the fact that he was born in a very rich family, but the reality is pretty different. As when he reached the age of 10, his parents got separated. Being divorced, especially in India, is viewed from a negative perspective and social status in society is reduced as well. His younger brother was just 7 years old at that time. Even after his parents being separated, both his father and mother made time to meet their children, Ratan Tata and Jimmy, but never came together again. As a family, this had a deep negative impact on both the children. However, Ratan Tata was being looked after by his grandmother, Lady Navhajbai Tata in Mumbai. Mr. Tata has also mentioned in his various interviews that his grandmother had a great influence in his life because she taught him how to live a disciplined life, as she was very strict lady herself, and most of the leadership skills which he has today are present in him due to his upbringing. Education of Ratan Tata. The starting of his school days began at Champion School and eventually he ended up finishing his school education at Cathedral and John Cannon School, which are situated in Mumbai. Later, he got his B.S. degree in architecture in structural engineering in the year 1962 from the renowned Cornell University in New York. Afterwards, he got himself enrolled into a program called Advanced Management Program in 1975 from the prestigious Harvard Business School. Career of Ratan Tata. Starting small and steady, even though Ratan Tata was born in a very poor family of India, he never took money and power for granted. He graduated from Riverdale Century from New York. Ratan Tata began his career in the Tata Group, working on the shop floor of a Tata Steel, shoveling limestone and handling the blast furnace. After working for almost 10 years, he was appointed as the director in charge of National Radio and Electronic Company Limited in order to help its struggling finances. He worked towards building a better consumer electronics division, but the co- but the economic but the economic but the economic recession and union strikes prevent him from achieving success, and his success helped Tata to be appointed as the chairman of the Tata Group of companies. He started with a very basic job in his father's company, and today he owns a $1 billion company. As the chairman of Tata Group, he was able to achieve international recognition and prestige for his company, and spearheaded the company from a $1.5 billion market cap to a $100 billion market cap. The outstanding financial success of the company brought the Tata Group to the New York Stock Exchange and under his supervision. The corporation became a global brand by acquiring many companies including Tetley, Jaguar, Land Rover, and Coros. Rewarding failure. The energy and time that is needed to grow a company on an international level could be perfectly explained by Ratan Tata. His ideas for the company has not always been turned out as a successful venture. The recent such failure has been nano cars. In the years, the Tata Motors was not doing good in terms of business as well as innovation. So Ratan Tata came up with an idea of rewarding and started an annual contest in the Tata Group that will reward the best failed idea in the company. Rewarding failure and building a culture of try frugally and fail fast was the motto behind this contest. He wanted his employees to move out of the AC rooms and come closer to the reality of the different sections of society for innovation. The Jaguar story of Ratan Tata. The tag of greatness does not come without making any sacrifices, and this tag on Ratan Tata suits to its best. Tata Group launched its passenger car, Tata Indica, in the year 1998, but Tata Indica was a failure in its first year, and the experiment seemed to be failing. Many people started advising Ratan Tata that he should sell the passenger car business. Ratan Tata also agreed to Ratan Tata also agreed to this, and a proposal was given to Ford. They showed interest too. The 3-hour meeting at Ford headquarters in Detroit, chairman of Ford, Bill Ford, said to Ratan Tata, "Why did you enter in the passenger car business when you were not knowing of it? It will be a favor if we buy this business from you." Ratan Tata decided to move back home. While traveling, he was very tense as the feeling of being insulted was on his mind. After earlier failures, Ratan Tata did well with its business of passenger cars, but in the same period, Ford did very bad. In 2008, when Ford was on its way of bankruptcy, that group Tata Group offered Ford to buy its luxury car brand. Jaguar, Land Rover. Ford arrived in Mumbai for the meeting. In the meeting, Bill Ford said to Ratan Tata, "You are doing a big favor for us by buying Jaguar Land Rover." Jaguar Land Rover is now owned by Tata Group and is currently making profits. The philanthropist. Ratan Tata is not only a renowned businessman, but he is also a philanthropist. More than 65% of his share is invested in charitable trusts. One of the primary goals of his life has been to raise the quality of life of Indians along with human development. In one of the events addressing the young entrepreneurs, Tata said that it does not matter what one does until it's what they believe is the right for them, and advised that it did not matter how other people quantify the situation one is in. There are a plethora of ideas out in the world, but only a few have the courage to go ahead and execute it. One should aim to deliver more than what is expected of him. It turns out to be a great practice to get noticed for the differences one is making, he added. Ten success lessons from Ratan Tata for entrepreneurs. Number one is be a visionary. When Ratan Tata joined the group, it was barely doing any business outside India. Even though many opposed to him, he maintained that the company had to go global. Today, half of Tata's revenues come from overseas. Under his leadership, Tata acquired brands like Tetley, Jaguar, Land Rover, and Taj Boston. Number two is be humble. He is known for his humility. He is known for his humility, and there are countless examples. He started out working as a blue collar employee for Tata Steel. He personally visited the families of the 80 employees who were affected because of 26/11 attacks. He remembers almost everyone by their first names and is not dismissive. Number three, never give up on values. Values are something that define a company both to its employee and its customers. Public safety and welfare has always been one of the main core values of Tata. The Tata Group has always been known for upholding these values, and when Ratan Tata took the reins, he too reinstated these values into the company culture. As a result, Tata has become one of the most trusted brands the world over. Number 4, take risk. Taking risk is the cardinal rule of business. As a leader, one needs to have the foresight and the capability to take risk that can take the company to new heights. Coming from business family, Ratan Tata was no stranger to taking risks and once also said, I do not believe in making right decision. I take decisions and then make them right. From acquiring the Jaguar and Land Rover businesses, from Ford to taking over Caros, the second largest steel maker in Europe, Ratan Tata made significantly big moves and has managed to make things work in his favor. Number 5, motivate others. Ratan Tata had the ability to inspire and motivate others, which is very important for a leader. Being a great leader is not about checking all the right boxes but is about making sure you inspire. Drive and spark your drive in others so that they, along with you, can bring about change, social innovations, and progress. Number 6, have faith in yourself. When you are dealing with life's hodgepodge, every minute you take a decision. Some decisions are right, while there are some decisions that may cause situations to take an unpredicted turn. At such junctures, before people lose faith in your decision making skills, you must have stance belief in yourself and must confidently come forward to make the situation in your favor. Number 7, be open to criticism. As per a famous quote by Ratan Tata, take the stones people throw at you and use them to build a monument. Whenever you endeavor to do something you like, you won't always receive appreciation. There will be people who will try to pull you down and criticize to shatter your spirit. All you need to do to shatter your spirit, all you need to do is just ignore all the criticism and focus on your work. Number 8, use creative tendencies. Be creative rather than being reactive. Being proactive and solving problems even before they come is one of the most important qualities of an entrepreneur. A person should not have a tendency to react only when the situation demands, but the person should be able to be anticipate what will happen in future and be able to adjust himself to it in present. An entrepreneur who exercises such quality is always successful. Number 9, get out of the safe mode. To be successful in business, you need to take risk. No risk, no gain. Mr. Ratan Tata always believed in taking risk, and the result is clear that the risk paid off. To be successful, you need to take risk. Working in safe mode might make you feel comfortable, but you will never be able to get best out of the system. He once said, I do not believe in making right decision. I take decision and then make them right. Number 10. Do not put all your eggs in one basket. Ratan Tata believed in investing in different companies so as his investment is always safe. He acquired a stake in the growing Chinese giant Xiaomi and leading e-commerce site Snapdeal. Investing in different companies ensure that your investment is safe and grows no what is situation of a particular industry is. Conclusion. None can destroy iron, but its own rust can. Likewise, none can destroy a person, but his own mindset can. Biography of Bill Gates. Bill Gates was born in Seattle, Washington on 28th of October 1955. His father is William S. Gates and his mother is Mary Maxwell Gates. He has one older sister, Christy Gates, and one younger sister, Libby Gates. At the age of 13, he enrolled in Lakeside School, a private preparatory school. While at that school, he took an interest in programming the General Electric system in BASIS and was exhausted from classes to pursue his interest. He built his first computer program on the General Electric machine. Bill Gates met Paul Allen at the school and they worked together to find bugs in the PDP-10 system belonging to Computer Center Corporation. Bill Gates and Paul and two other students wrote a payroll program for information sciences in exchange for computer time and royalties. After that, it led on to his school becoming fully aware of his programming skills. He created a program to schedule students in classes. At the age of 17, he and Paul started a venture called Trap-O Data to make traffic counters based on Intel 8008 processors. Gates graduated from Lakeside School in 1973. Gates graduated from Lakeside School in 1973 and was a National Merit Scholar. He scored 1590 out of 1600 on the SAT. He enrolled at Harvard College in the autumn of 1973, where he met Steve Ballmer. Bill Gates did not have a study plan at Harvard but spent a lot of time using the computers. In 1974, he joined Paul Allen at Honeywell. In 1975, the MITS Altair 8800 based on Intel's 8080 CPU was released. Bill Gates and Paul saw this as an opportunity to start their own software company. Microsoft story. In 1975, Bill Gates read an article in the January of Popular Electronics that demonstrated the Altair 8800. Bill Gates contacted MITS, the creator of the new microcomputer, to inform them that he had others working on a basic entrepreneur for the platform. Bill Gates and Allen did not have any written code. They wanted to gauge the interest of mates. They meet with the MIT's president and had developed an Altair emulator within few weeks to demonstrate on a microcomputer and then the basic interpreter. The demonstration was a success, which led on to a deal with MITS to distribute the interpreter as Altair basis. Paul Allen was hired into MITS and Bill Gates took a leave of absence from Harvard to work with Allen in November 1975. They named their partnership Microsoft. A year later, the hyphen was dropped, and on 26th of November 1976, the trade name Microsoft was registered. IBM approached Microsoft to write a basic interpreter for the new IBM PC. Bill Gates referred them to Digital Research as they required an operating system. But the discussions did not go well. So IBM representatives spoke with Bill Gates around the discussion and proposed using 86 DOS owned by SCP, an operating system similar to hardware similar to the PC. Microsoft made a deal with SCP to become the exclusive licensing agent and later the full owner of 86 DOS. After adopting the operating system for the PC, Microsoft delivered it to IBM as PC DOS in exchange for a one-time fee of $50,000. The sales of MS-DOS made Microsoft a major player in the industry. Despite IBM's name on the operating system, the press quickly identified Microsoft as being very influential on the new computer. The computer was called by an expert in the industry as Bill Gates computer. Gates computer. The company was restructured on the 25th of June 1981. Bill Gates became the president and board chairman. Microsoft launched its first retail version of Microsoft Windows on 20th November 1985 and struck a deal with IBM to develop a separate operating system called OS/2. IBM and Microsoft developed the first version of the new system successfully, but their partnership deteriorated due to creative differences. Microsoft has been growing ever since. The software and hardware product have been expanding from Windows OS. Microsoft Office suites, Office 365, Xbox, Bing, Hotmail, the list goes on. It all began with the first idea, and then they built upon that. Since 1975, Microsoft has had a domination over the software market. Windows software is used in most companies. They have consistently kept up with the pace of change, and that is why they remain the number one software company in the world. Philanthropy of Bill Gates. Bill Gates started his foundation, the William S. Gates Foundation, in 1994 by selling some of his share in Microsoft. By selling some of its shares in Microsoft. He was inspired by the work of Andrew Carnegie and John D. Rockefeller. In 2000, he and his wife merged the three family foundation to create the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Their foundation is the world's wealthiest, with the assets value at more than $34.6 billion. As of 2007, Bill and Melinda Gates were the second most generous philanthropists in America, having given over $28 billion to charity. Bill Gates loves to read books. He is an avid reader. On his personal blog, Bill Gates notes he has over 150 book recommendations. As a kid, he loved to read, and self-education is one of the traits of successful people. Quotes from Bill Gates. Do not compare yourself with anyone in this world. If you do so, you are insulting yourself. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake. But if you die poor, it's your mistake. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. Treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. The most amazing philanthropists are people who are actually making a significant sacrifice. I believe that if you show people the problems and you show them the solutions, they will be moved to act. Expectation are a form of first class truth. If people believe it, it's true. If you think your teacher is thought, wait till you get a boss. He does not have tenure. Lesson to take. If he can do it, so can you. Bill Gates did not build the first OS that IBM used. He bought the licensing right from SCP and then continued to build upon that to create the company that Microsoft is today. You do not have to create something new. You can take a product and improve upon it so that it is excellent. Do something that you are passionate about. Bill Gates loves computers. So find your passion and start a venture around that. Believe in yourself by Asadna. Biography of Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs' date of birth is 24th February 1955. Steve Jobs was born in California to a Syrian Muslim family. Abdul Fattah, Jania, Jandani, and Joan Caro Sayabel. But his biological parents gave him for adoption to a couple of Paul, Jobs, and Clara. Coming to Steve's educational life, he finished his schooling in California. Later, he enrolled in Reed College for higher education, but he left college before completing his graduation because of some financial issue, and also he does not have more curiosity to continue his education. But he was interested in one course called calligraphy. So he continued in learning that course. By that time, Steve used to go for Hare Krishna temple, which was 7 kilometers far to his residence. This temple ambience has created a curiosity for Steve Jobs to know more about spirituality and Indian culture. He decided to travel to India, but he does not enough money to travel. For that, he has been worked in a video games company called Atari, and he saved some money. Eventually, Steve Jobs arrived into India in 1975. Steve Jobs traveled to many places in India like Himachal Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, etc. Nearly Steve stayed 7 months in India and returned as a Buddhist to his hometown, California. Subsequently, he met his childhood friends Steve Wozniak. They both decided to start a company. Steve's friend is a veteran in electronics, but they do not have enough money to start a company. Steve sold his van and his friend sold his scientific calculator for money. Apple Inc. Eventually, on April 1, 1976, they both had commenced a company called Apple in Steve Jobs' house garage. After a few months, they had invented personal computers with amazing features. Initially, Apple computers sold out in a huge count and had its market value of 1.2 billion within 4 years. By that time, Steve's handling the marketing department, but the company needs one good experienced CEO. Hence, they meet Pepsi Cola Company CEO John Sculley and offered him Apple CEO position. He also accepted it. Well, they thought everything is going fine, but the company met with huge losses due to several flaws in products. And also a major issue is Apple had to compete with IBM's newly invented PCs. Because IBM PC was number one in tech market with user-friendly and innovative features. Hence, Apple failed to compete with IBM and satisfying consumers. And the board members of Apple blamed Steve Jobs and criticized him for the losses that occurs in the company. So it compelled him to ditch his ties with company. Finally, in 1985, he resigned to Apple and came out of the company. Next, INC and Pixar Animation Studios, he did not frighten to anything. Subsequently, he commenced a new firm with the hardware and software product called Next Inc. In the same year, he started an animation company with the name of Pixar Animation Studios and released many famous movies like Toy Story, The Incredible, Wall-E, Cars, etc. In 2006, Pixar collaborated with Walt Disney. Steve Jobs prevailed the previous glory in his life with the success of Next Inc. and Pixar. But Apple company, which Steve started with a very affectionate, is the same distress. Apple board members wanted Steve Jobs to come back as a CEO. Steve affirmed with their request and went back to the Apple. After that, Steve Jobs invented many amazing products in Apple which we are loving today, like iPods, iPads, iPhones, iMac, etc. Personal life, etc. Personal life of Steve Jobs. In 1991, Steve got married to Lawrence Powell and they had 3 children, 2 daughters, Eve Jobs, Erin Sena Jobs, and 1 son, Reed Jobs. Due to pancreatic cancer, our most loved CEO and incredible person, Steve Jobs, was passed away on October 5th, 2011. Quotes from Steve Jobs. Let's go invest tomorrow rather than worrying about what happened yesterday. I decided to drop out and trust that it would all work out okay. I do not adopt softness towards others because I want to make them better. The doors are the major thinkers, the people that really create the things that change in his industry are both the thinker and doer in his one person. You can build your own things that other people can use. And once you learn that, you will never be the same again. Once you discover one simple fact, and that is everything around you that call is life was made up by people that were no smarter than you. I always advise people, do not wait, do something when you are young, when you have nothing to lose, and keep that in mind. He had everything to gain, and we figured even if we crash and burn and lose everything, the experience will have been worth 10 times the cost. That's been one of my mantras, focus and simplicity. The most precious thing that we all have with us is time. The broader one's understanding of the human experience, the better design we will have. Believing that dots will connect down the road will give you the confidence to follow our heart. I do not care about being right. I care about success and doing the right thing. We are daily working 14 to 18 hours a day, 7 days a week for like 2 years, 3 years. That was our life, but we loved it. We were young and we could do it. People judge you on your performance, so focus on the outcome. Be a yardstick of quality. Some people are not used to an environment where excellence is expected. You have to believe that the dots will somehow connect in the future. Now, as you graduate to begin anew, I wish that for you, stay hungry, stay foolish. It's more fun to be a pirate than to join the navy. Your time is limited, so do not waste it living someone else's life. Do not be trapped by dogma, which is living with the result of the other people's thinking. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and institution. They somehow already know what you truly want to become. Everything else is secondary. Being the richest man in the cemetery does not matter to me. Going to bed at night saying we have done something wonderful, that's what mattered to me. Do not let the noise of others' opinion drown our own inner voice. You have to trust in something, your God, destiny, life, karma, whatever. And the blue box, that was what we learned, was that us too we did not know much. We could build a little thing that could control a giant thing, and that was an incredible lesson. Do not take it all too seriously. If you want to live your life in a creative way as an artist, you have to not look back too much. You have to be willing to take whatever you have done and whoever you were and throw them away. Lesson to take: the most precious thing that we have with us is time. The most precious thing that we all have with us is time. Mark Zuckerberg. Who is Mark Zuckerberg? Mark Elliot Zuckerberg, born May 14, 1984, is an American technology entrepreneur and philanthropist. Zuckerberg is known for co-founding and leading Facebook as its chairman and chief executive officer. He also co-founded and is a broad member of the Solar Cell spacecraft development project. Born in White Plains, New York, Zuckerberg attended Harvard University, where he launched Facebook from his dormitory room on February 4, 2004 with his college friends. Originally launched to select college campuses, the site expanded rapidly and eventually beyond colleges, reaching 1 billion users by 2012. Zuckerberg took the company public in May 2012 with majority shares. His net worth is estimated to be $55 billion as of November 30, 2018. Declining over the last year, with Facebook stock as a whole in 2007 at age 23, he became the world's youngest self-made billionaire as of 2018. He is the only person under 50 in the Forbes 10 richest people list and the only one under 40 in the top 20 billionaire list. Since 2010, Time magazine has named Zuckerberg amongst the 100 wealthiest and most influential people in the world as a part of its Person of the Year award. In December 2016, Zuckerberg was ranked 10th on Forbes list of the world's most powerful people. Wikipedia: do you have a Facebook account? What a question, is not it? Technology is improving day by day, and social media has an unexpected and unbelievable influence in common man's life. Social media is developed for the benefit and for the good for life. But it is a fact that some people are misusing the social media. Fake news and baseless comments are hurting many people. Biography of Mark Zuckerberg. The question is not what do we want to know about people, it's what do people want to tell about themselves. Mark Zuckerberg. What are the key points about Mark Zuckerberg? An American computer programmer, an internet entrepreneur, best known as one of 5 co-founders of the social networking website Facebook. He was captain of the financing team. In college, he was known for reciting lines from epic poems such as the Iliad. He began using computers and writing software in middle school. He enjoyed developing computer programs, especially communication tools and games. By the time he began classes at Harvard, he had already achieved a reputation as a programming prodigy. Career of Mark Zuckerberg. Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook from his Harvard dormitory room on February 2004 with his friend. The group then introduced Facebook onto other campuses nationwide and moved to Palo Alto, California shortly afterwards. In 2007, at the age of 23, Zuckerberg became a billionaire as a result of Facebook's success. Since 2010, Time magazine has named Zukarberg among the 100 wealthiest and most influential people. Giveaway pledged participation in December 2015. He and his wife, Priscilla Chan, announced that they would give away 99 of their Facebook shares for advancing human potential and promoting equality. Conclusion: Mark Zuckerberg is truly an inspiration for youth. His success, rules, and biography will surely help to make changes in your attitude, thoughts, and lifestyle. Quotes from Mark Zuckerberg: You get what you spend your time doing. Get feedback. Make mistakes. Only hire people who would work for. Make a change in the world. Learn from the people around you. Build a really good team. Give the very best experience. Care the most about it. Social bonds are critical. Move fast and break things. Unless you are breaking stuff, you are not moving fast enough. Lesson to take: the biggest risk is not taking any risk. Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO. Success. Who is Satya Nadella? Satya Nadella is an Indian born in Hyderabad into a Telugu family. His father, Bakupuram Nadella Yangadhar, was a civil servant who worked for the Indian Administrative Service of the Government of India. His passion and hard work helped him to achieve success in life. Earlier, he was the Executive Vice President of Microsoft Cloud and Enterprise Group. He has been credited for helping bring Microsoft Database, Windows Server, and developer tools to its Azure cloud. Biography of Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella, born into a Telugu-speaking family in Hyderabad, India, attended the Hyderabad Public School, attended a bachelor degree in electrical engineering from the Manipal Institute of Technology. Subsequently, traveled to the US to study for an MS degree in computer science. Later, received an MBA from the University of Chicago, both School of Business. Satya Nadella career. He knew that computer science was what he wanted to pursue. Worked with Sun Microsystem prior to joining Microsoft in 1992. At Microsoft, he has led major projects including the company's move to cloud computing. He has been credited for helping bring Microsoft Database and Windows Server to its Azure cloud. Third chief executive in the company's history, an Indian-born American business executive. The current chief executive officer, CEO of Microsoft. Before becoming CEO of Microsoft, he was executive vice president of Microsoft Cloud and Enterprise Group. Previous position held by Nadella, president of the Server and Tools Division, 9th February 2011 to February 2014. Senior Vice President of Research and Development of the Online Services, March 2007 to February 2011. Vice President of the Business Division Corporative, Vice President of Business Solution and Source of Advertising Platform Group, Executive Vice President of Cloud and Enterprise Group on 4th February 2014. Nadella was announced as the new CEO of Microsoft, the third chief executive in the company's history, following Bill Gates and Steve Ballmer. Quotes from Satya Nadella. What are Satya Nadella's top 10 rules for success? Be a lifelong learner. Find the soul of your company. Have confidence, fall in love with what you do, build a great company culture, be a source of energy, seek work life harmony, have a clear vision, partner broadly, build your capabilities. Lesson to take: be a lifelong learner.